Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first video on my brand new gaming channel. Thank you for stopping by, and let's go ahead and dive right into this topic because this might be a long one. So, topic of this video: modern gaming. Modern gaming, man. What can I say? What can I really say? This past decade of gaming has been an interesting one to say the least. Now, what brought the inspiration for me to make this video? To make this the first video for my channel was the sad release of The Last of Us 2, and I think it's a fitting time to talk about it because it's still pretty relevant, and we're gonna get into all of that later on in the video. But that's what really inspired me to make this video, because the complete and utter letdown that The Last of Us 2 is really made me sit back and think about the roller coaster it has been to be a gamer in the era of the PS4 and the Xbox One. And let me say this, it is a great time to be in the business of gaming. No, scratch that. Matter of fact, it is a magnificent time to be in the business of gaming, because the last decade, the gaming industry has become probably, if not arguably, one of the fastest growing industries in the entire world, and it is now a multi-billion-dollar industry. People are playing games more than ever today. And I'm in my mid-20s, so everybody that I know has some sort of brand of gaming console, whether it be an Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or even a Google Stadia. Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. And let's not forget PC gamers either, or even phone gamers, even though I really don't even count that as gaming, but hey, it gets thrown in there all the time. But point being, a lot of people are playing games, and you better believe these publishing companies and developers are swimming in huge Kanye West sized pools of our hard-earned money. And I wish I could speak with the same enthusiasm for the gamer experience, but the sad fact is I can't. I can't, because it's not that great to be a gamer these days, because these same publishers and developers are taking our money and proudly bending us over and screwing us over with every piss poor mediocre release they've given us over the past 7 to 8 years. Let's just go down the list. Anthem, every NBA 2K after 2K14, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, Bethesda with Fallout 76, Battlefield 5, every Call of Duty with the exception of Black Ops 3, and I guess Modern Warfare because it's like the most decent one we had in a while. And No Man's Sky when it first launched. Destiny 2 was a letdown. NFL Madden is just a roster update every year. Sea of Thieves. Ubisoft dropped the ball with Assassin's Creed a lot this gen. Ubisoft again with Ghost Recon, For Honor, NBA Live 14, 15, and 16, that god-awful Evolve game, and to end this list, Last of Us 2, because that's the most recent disappointment. Add whatever game you want to in the comment section, because it's just too many to name. It's crazy. But the really crazy part about it all, it doesn't even stop there. They don't just give us bad games, the lies. The lies with the marketing, the manipulation tactics, the outright aggressive predatory practices just to squeeze the community for an extra $20. Gaming companies have become so greedy. I have seen them integrate microtransactions into progression in games, the constant pushing of loot boxes at one point, sports titles with fantasy modes that only reward people who's willing to spend the most money. It's gotten so bad to the point that Activision took the death counter out of Modern Warfare just to make it into a watch and sell it back to you for like $2. Yeah, the thing that tracks your deaths in a match that has been a staple in the game since God knows how long Call of Duty has been out. They took it out so they could sell it to you for money. Gaming companies are so disgustingly thirsty for our money. They got into legal trouble. EA had their representatives lying in front of an entire parliament for loot boxes. You remember that. We all remember that. When they had their representatives lying in court talking about loot boxes are like fun surprises when we all know it's gambling and it makes you throw away your money into a game for virtual items that have no real world value as whatsoever, but you're putting real world dollars into it. I'm telling you, man, the thirst is so bad. 2K planned to put an actual slot machine in 2K20 My Team mode, and then they caught flack for that. They caught so much flack for that because it was just outright enticing gambling. It literally baffles me how the gaming community is mistreated. It's just mistreated in the worst way. These companies have no respect for gamers. No respect. Literal no respect. The gaming community and publisher and developer relationship is so strained at this point. If you're a gamer and you have a platform to voice your opinion, whether it be YouTube or whatever the case may be, you're liable to be attacked by these companies. If you speak against the garbage they release, either developers will publicly dismiss any criticisms and insult their community outright, or if they really want to act like a little bitch, they will tell YouTube, Twitch, etc. to take down any critical content that talks about their games. It is freaking insane to me. It is insane that the people that make these games are willing to spit in the face of the gamers who enjoy and invest money and time into these games with no hesitation. They don't care. And we're seeing that with The Last of Us 2. Now we're going to get into it, okay? The first Last of Us game, we all remember that. That game is regarded as gaming royalty. That game is on the Mountain Rushmore of gaming. Still till this day, it is thought as arguably the best story-driven game to be created, with polarizing characters and story plots that can't be matched in the world of gaming. Joel being the most polarizing and beloved because, he was the main character you played as in the first game. He gets killed in the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game. For whatever reason, Neil Druckmann thought it was a great idea to kill off the most beloved character in the first minutes of this game's story. And look, I'm not pissed at the fact that Joel died. Characters die. Sometimes you gotta kill them off. It happens, But it's how he died. It's the timing of the death. It was the most unfitting death for someone who is as crucial to this franchise's story than Joel is. Joel flat out just deserved a better way to go out. He didn't go out in some cool, dope ass sacrificial way. He died without putting up a single fight. Neil Druckmann wrote Joel to be a complete idiot in this game, when in fact, we all know he should have been the total opposite. It's been however many years after the first game. Joel and Tommy are older now. They're old and seasoned. In no way you're about to make me believe that Joel and Tommy were dumb enough to, 1, put their lives in risk to save a complete stranger, and 2, follow said stranger to their hideout to be trapped and killed. No, hell no. That is a plot hole bigger than Rebel Wilson's ass. And Neil has the audacity to think that we're wrong to hate the rest of this game after the fact. Yeah, of course we are going to hate the rest of this game, Neil. There's a reason why God of War was one of the best releases to come out for PS4 exclusives. Because the writers, 1, did not kill off Kratos in the first 5 minutes of the game, and they didn't rewrite his personality to be a sudden gullible idiot that follows anybody anywhere that he doesn't know so he can be ambushed and killed. And that's what Neil did to Joel, sadly. And not just the unfortunate death of Joel that was the horrible part of this game. The last half of the game, we had to play as Abby, the freaking psychopath that they tried for hours to make us feel empathy for. No, this bitch killed Joel. I don't care how many dogs she pets. I don't care how many transgendered children she befriends. She is a horrible person, and then forced us to beat the hell out of Ellie playing as Abby, and in the end we end up playing as Ellie again, and you beat her up in this nasty fight. Ellie loses her fingers and shit. We got the knife to Abby's neck and we just let her go. We just let Abby go. We just let Joel's killer go. You get no reward. You get nothing from this game but pure torture with a horrible story for hours, and you don't get anything in the end. It's ridiculous. You wasted $65 for nothing. This isn't a review of the game, okay? I don't want to make this a super long video. It's too much to cover. This video is already going on long enough. You know, I'm not even going to even try to go in depth with the introduction of the most boring and useless characters that don't push anything forward with the story narrative. They're just there to die. You know, the assassination of Ellie's character development. Well, really the assassination of a lot of characters in this, okay, from the previous game. And that awkward scene with the psychopath Abby getting pounded doggy style, and the whole fact that this story failed to do anything to push forward what the hell is going on in finding a solution for the apocalypse that's in this game. Like I said, this is not a review. Not trying to make it a review. You know, this is just an example of the gaming industry screwing gamers with disappointing releases. You know, people waited 7 years for this. They had 7 years to get this right. What the hell have they been doing for 7 years? We will never know. You know, this game was a flop. It is what it is. You know, I'm done with this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next one.